When people lie and when people bullshit and gaslight, it's more offensive now than it's ever been before because there's so much access to truth that it's just, you can see it now. If you're paying attention, if you're not a boomer who only reads the newspaper, you pay attention and you see it and you go, this is horse shit.
Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time joining, if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, all that good stuff. So it's been a lot. It's a lot to consolidate. If those of you who don't believe in conspiracies, especially in small towns, that's where they get away with a bunch of stuff. Actually in bigger cities too, because there's more people involved, more people connected, there's more money going around. But in these small towns, a lot of times it's people that are family, friends of family, and people that went to school with each other, dealing with the law enforcement and stuff like that. But also too, I don't want to down small town communities or the South or any geographical location within the United States. But when the people aren't educated in law or just their rights in general, then folks just get away with whatever. And if nobody stands up to them or at least points or sheds light on the situation, they'll continue to do it and be complacent doing it. And this got to stop. But anyway, we're gonna run this content, and you guys use your discernment, and we just go from there. Thank you. So question, because I messed up with the last one. After it gets sent off, I can't do electronic signature. Return receipt signature like that joint, because I didn't even know about it.
No, you can't.
Once it's gone. Mm-hmm. Can I stop it?
You'll have to do that online.
Yeah, I figured it out.
I don't know if they'll do that for a letter. I know they do it for a package. Mm-hmm. That'll be a package intercept.
Yeah. All right. I don't know about a letter. I'm not sure. No, I never did that. It didn't. It's shit's already got sent or whatever. But also too, like when I do this, the electronic, I can do that here now, right?
What?
Electronic signature required, or like to get a notification.
You want to add that on there?
Like once this gets there, to actually have electronic, like get it sent to my email, like.
Yeah, you'll have to pay for that.
Okay. Well, how much is this? How much is that?
This is $410,558 plus the letter. So you're looking at $12 for this.
How much to overnight it?
Oh, $31.40. Cutoff is already at 4 o'clock. You don't do that for overnight.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
What's it don't even matter, 'cause it's gonna get there quick anyway. She's like, no.
Hampton. They
Tomorrow?
got local mail down there in Hampton. You can pay for it and go take it down there.
And get them to send it, because it's right there.
Well, what they do, they have a tray for local mail. It don't go to the plant.
The plant just goes right there. Mm-hmm. So that'll be better, because this one goes to Griffin to the process and then come back over here.
No. Not Hampton. No.
No, I'm saying if it gets sent from here, it goes to Griffin.
Why would it go to Griffin? Yeah, no, it would go to Atlanta. Go to Atlanta, Palmetto, then it come back down.
My mail went to Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
And came back to you?
Came back. No, it went to Griffin, but it went over there.
I don't know how. Well, they don't have no plant there.
That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Okay. Mm-hmm. How can I get? Can I get it there tomorrow? Is there any way?
Unless you take it to Hampton.
All right, so I can just pay for it like this right now and just.
And then if you put it in their Dropbox, they have a local mail.
Yeah.
Where it won't go out. That PO is right there in Hampton.
Right. Yeah. It's right there. Boom. All right. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, they have local mail there.
All right.
Well, we doing Griffin. Like if you bring anything for Griffin, you let the clerk know, hey, this for Hampton. They drop it right
there. Yeah.
And they go in the floor for the carrier.
Yeah. And they just put it right in there, cause it's all going right to pretty much right there.
Correct.
All right, yeah.
That's the only way I know you can get there by tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, so that'll work. We'll do that. Thank you. So when you're sending off a summons or legal documents that need to be served to a defendant, using the U.S. Postal Service, which is highly recommended. That's what most courts recognize. You can also do it through electronic service, but we're just gonna stick to the post office, right? So you have to be sent certified mail with a return receipt requested. Some things that I was unaware of. Upon doing so, that return receipt is very, very important, because that shows that the defendant, whoever you're serving, did actually get it and they signed for it. Somebody signed for it, so that's your proof. And also, too, on your legal documents, you need to put that certified number, certified mail number on that document as well. So now we're going to also look at the law. So this is the code right here for Georgia law. But we're going to go down, and this is for summons and stuff like that. So a lot of times, when people are serving summons, you see on TV that, they're like, oh, you got served, and they have somebody who personally delivers it and stuff like that. Now, in these towns, if you go onto the websites, on most of these websites, they'll have, servers that you can go to, or whatever it may be. But if you don't have the funds for that, you could do it yourself, because let's say that you're incarcerated, or, you don't have the funds. And you can also fill out a property affidavit. We'll get this another whole other topic. But if you're serving upon a county, municipality, city, or town, the chairman of the board of commissioners, president of the council of trustees, mayor, or the city manager of that city, or agent authorized by appointment to receive service of process, if against other public body or organization is subject to action, therefore the chief executive officer or clerk thereof, right? And it breaks down other ones, and there's another one you could do. If nothing else works, you could do a summons by publication, which is like pretty much putting it in the newspaper, and it goes into detail about all that and stuff like that. Pretty much putting in the local newspapers and stuff. They got other ways you could just post it on the door and stuff, but that's not sufficient. You want that signature required. So, but since it's going to a city, yeah, that's dealing with that. There's a lot more in depth with this, but here it goes. To avoid cause, the plan can notify the defendant by commencing the action by requesting defendant waiver of summons. So you can also send them a waiver, so that way they don't have to actually be personally served. They just fill out the form and they send it back to the plaintiff, signed and signed and notarized. So that way it's all official. And then what the plaintiff would do, the plaintiff would then in turn file that with the courts, and then that would be proof that the defendant was actually improperly served. So a lot of times when you're going up against major businesses, corporation, cities, states, or any type of government agency, as a citizen, you have very limited resources. For one, you don't have the education to understand the certain steps and when taken to get this process started, especially if you don't have the funds. A lot of times you hire an attorney, and all the attorneys either take advantage of you because you don't know. You're putting all your trust and faith in them, and a lot of them are in cahoots with these people. I know this for a fact, personally. I've dealt with it. And like I said, once again, whenever you're contacting these attorneys, and read any website, you'll see in fine print it says this. That consultation does not establish a client attorney privilege. You know what I'm saying? One thing, if you want to know, let me give you a tip. All right, ask for NDA. Ask to have an NDA signed. Do not talk on the phone. Say, I want to schedule an in-office visit. And I want you to sign an NDA, because anything that I discuss with you, I do not want to pop up somewhere in the courtroom, that's one of their backdoors tricks that they do. Because you never said that you didn't want me to discuss this with anybody, and you're representing you. They're just a regular person. There's a whole bunch of dirty tricks to play. But anyway, let's not get off topic. But anyway, when you're doing a lot of this fighting this uphill legal battle, because it's going to be all uphill, especially if you're trying to do it on your own and you're working your 9 to 5, or just living your life. You have very limited resources. Education is one of them. But here's the thing: a lot of times in the court situation, these judges will say that your ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? All of the information is available to you. It's just you having to take time and use your due diligence to do the research on it. And it is a lot, and it's not easy, but it is possible. Trust me when I say this. Now, when it comes down to this, if you have a strong case, right, what the defendants will do is try to avoid you at all costs, right? They will get all their friends, use all these resources, all this money, and yeah, they'll just attack every aspect of your life. They will make your life live in hell to where you just will just say, screw it, it's not worth it. And then they just get away with it, and they'll do it again to somebody else. And again, and again, and again. They've been doing it for years. All right. So, if you know that you have a case, things like this will start happening. Your mail will not get to where it's supposed to be going, or it'll just disappear. Promise you. I promise you. If I just sat up here and told you this, you wouldn't believe me. You would not believe me. You'd be like, oh man, yeah, you're just talking, you're paranoid. No, sir. No, sir. So anyway, let's get back off into this content.
Sign the board. So if you sent the certified, then that is the signature.
But okay, hold on. But it's okay. I thought it's supposed to be like a green.
That's a return receipt. To
yeah,
me,
return
receipt is pointless. They can come off in the mail and come back to you before that letter even gets delivered.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But you still gotta pay extra for that though.
Right, I don't know, but yeah, that's why I say it's pointless. When people come pay for that service,
No, I still need it because it's.
Okay, well, you have to try online. You can't do it online, then you just have to wait for it'll either be delivered if they sign for it. Then if not, if they don't sign for it, it'll be returned. So
can I stop it now?
It's nothing we can't stop it. That's why I say you have to do that online. If it allows you to stop it, it'll show you that option online. But it's nothing we can do here. Once you pay for the mail, we send it off. It's out of our control.
So I dropped off these yesterday, but it's saying in the system that it's ready for pickup, but like it's not going anywhere.
Ready for pickup means they left notice, probably. Let's see, so carrier has to take it out. Yeah, available for pickup. So they have to come sit there.
Drop off? Yes, sir. Thank you.
But one of them is not a PO box. One of them has, you see what I'm saying? I know one that could just go right in the PO box that's already here.
They don't go in the PO box. They have to sign for it, so they have to come to the counter.
Yeah.
All we do is give them a notice, and they have to come to the counter and get it.
Yeah, but what about the other one? That's not a PO box. That goes to the address.
I don't know what they did with it. 4948. They were large?
Yellow envelopes, mail envelopes.
You mailed that something today? You all right, brother?
I don't know why they did that, but they saw Hampton, and they thought it went to the P.O. box.
On both of them?
Yep.
They still got to sign for them regardless though.
Mm-hmm. So more likely, I don't know, and I haven't seen the city Hampton today. They would have came up here. I can ask them, would they,
But regardless, they could, if
I can ask them, would they sign for it?
did they have them? I didn't know that the police department had their own PO box.
They don't have a P.O. box. We have
That's what I'm saying. See, that's why I looked at the
a lot of
notification.
times they get it mixed up. They take both, but again, it's not the city. They right next door to each other. In other words, I'm not sure how they. What you want us to do?
Now, this is an example of a good U.S. Postal Service employee. What do you want us to do? That's it. You're the paying customer. The customer's always right. She's doing her job and nothing more.
I need to get there.
You want me to sign for it, or did you? Because I don't know how they transfer. Let me see. Give me that one. The police department. I'm gonna take your information if I see them today. Police
So long story short, all right. The package is never, it's not funny. The package never left. They never went anywhere. They were just sitting there. Probably was gonna end up missing. But yeah, that just shows a lot right there. And if the particular paperwork is going to the city or the police department, that's even more suspect there, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It just was crazy. And once again, like you know, if you're going up against individuals like this, and you're right, we have a very strong case, and 9 times out of 10 they will have to settle. It's going to be all on the news, and yeah, you won't look like the bad guy or the crazy person anymore. You'll just be right, and all the truth is going to come all the way out. And yeah, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a little good. A lot of people are going to go down, and this is what they do. They will get to anybody that's close to you. Your loved ones, your spouse, your significant other, your friends, and it's not hard. Social media is, thanks to the internet, it's a blessing and a curse, because all these folks gotta do is flash a badge. Not even that, they could just sit back and just go all through your social media. You could do it. You know, people are creeps, you know, go on, you know, social media pages and see who your friends are and start contacting them, like them crazy girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, and start all this drama and stuff. And yeah, and yeah, it just goes insane from there. So it's not unbelievable if the people that are closest to you, like your closest friends and family, start turning on you because there's a whole lot of money in play. Think about it like this. Just let's just say a couple $1,000. Let's just say $5,000, $10,000. Let's just up the stakes, because really it's like millions of dollars at play. Let's just say like $5,000 or $10,000. They'll easily pay that. All right. And here's the thing: the cities, towns, states, police departments, all of them have insurance. They have insurance with the state. I believe it's up to like $2 million per incident or something like that they cover. Even in like the jails and stuff like that. Each one of them has an insurance. Insurance policy. And yeah, they would, you know, send, like, if you file a claim against one of these people, you send it off to the city insurance company, send it to them, they send it off to the insurance. The insurance company reviews it, you know, see if they do have a claim, they do an investigation, and you know, they either accept or, you know, offer you a settlement or deny the claim. And then from there, once that claim is denied, then you could, you know, go to the courts and go to the justice system. And you know, then you follow the following steps. You write up the complaint, you follow up the courts, then you issue the summons, get summons issued, the clerk courts issue a summons, you send that off to the courts via certified mail to them. If you don't have the funds to pay for somebody who's authorized to serve the defendants with the summons, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could do it by certified mail, sending the summons and a copy of the complaint and other necessary documents, depending upon how you're doing it. Or you can do it by notice of publication through the newspaper and stuff like that. That takes a little bit longer. A lot of times that's done when you can't find a defendant, if they don't have a known address, if they're ducking and dodging you and stuff like that. Because even if they have a server, like somebody that you paid, like I said, just entertain this right quick. Let's say you pay a server $150, $200 to go serve these legal documents, right? And then when they get there, the defendant says, "Look, I'll pay you $300, or, you know, double whatever they're paying." Not to just say that you can't find me or some shit like that. And then you know your money's wasted. You can't, and then they get paid. It's not funny, but this is the stuff that happens, and it's a lot of drama and stuff like that in the courts, because it's like, I paid them to do this and they didn't do it, this and third. Well, you already paid them, you can't, you know, there's really no refund on that, so you're just out of your check, you know. So this is another way to go about doing it. But now when your mail starts end up missing or just not getting to the location, and it's not the first time, I promise, it's not the first time. It's not funny, it's just crazy how it's a lot. It is so much, and the only way you're gonna learn is through experience and making mistakes and stuff like that. A lot of them you can recover from. So let's get back on track. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about all this crap. So back to this whole family members, right? Let's say that your family members, right, don't have a criminal history, right? And they can say anything, because in the courtroom, this is what happens. Let's say that you're accused of something, or it doesn't even matter, any type of court situation. What the defense, or the state, or whatever, whoever's can get put on a stand, that attorney will try to dismantle that witness, and the first thing they go for is their background. And if the person doesn't have a background and squeaky clean, then there's nothing to say that their statement, or the things that they're presenting to the jury, is nothing but factual. But let's say that you do have a background, then your word is not. It's like, you got a criminal history, so you could be lying. But then when it comes down to the confidential informants, which is crazy.
This thing is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business.
They get a pass. Bro, it's so crazy. They just do whatever they want to. I promise you, I've seen it. These people, when they want to get a conviction or some shit like that, or just they will do anything. They will get the scum of the earth. They will get some Joe Blow, the junkie that everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy, and put this person on the stand to testify against somebody, or give a statement. It's insane how the system works. And if nobody makes, points these things out, then they're just going to continue to do it. It's so much. There's so much. And let's use some logic, right? If you're just wrong, right? If you didn't have no type of legal foundation or legal argument that had any type of substance to it, the people will ignore you. They'll just be like, yeah, whatever, you're nothing. But when you are right, I'm talking about dead right. I'm talking about 10,000% right. And a lot of people gonna get in trouble and lose their job and end up in prison and be on TV looking stupid as hell with them crazy mug shots. Some of them won't even make it that far. Some of them fucking, yeah, they won't be here anymore. They'll just be like, I'm not doing that. Can't handle it. Yeah. So anyway, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short, and thank you for watching to the end. Thank you if you came to this channel and you found anything useful, something like that. One thing I could definitely say is never give up. Don't give up. Do your due diligence and research, and keep up the fight. Thank you.